So, I'm gonna be completely honest. I am not the hugest fan when it comes to Disney Star Wars. I do like certain things from them, but I'm just not the biggest fan of a lot of what they've done. And I'm just not the biggest fan of the sequel trilogy. But I will say that from the sequel trilogy, there have been a few things that are actually pretty cool, and this is actually one of them. So in today's episode, we're going to take a look at another lightsaber, part of the Black series, and this time we're going to take a look at Rey's lightsaber. This is the Force Effects Elite lightsaber, and we are going to...
Whoa! You stop your goddamn complaining. You're a grown-ass man with big-ass muscles. You have a good-ass fan base, and you're playing with toys? What the hell's wrong with you?
Where the hell did you come from? Where have you been?
What do you mean what I'm doing here? You wrote me out of your shows. Now I'm back, pussy, and you are a baby playing with toys.
This is the lightsaber review.
My boss.
Let's cue the credits. So this is the Black Series Force Effects Elite lightsaber, and this is based off of Rey. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Rey's character because Disney never really wrote her character to be great. But I will admit there are a few things I like about her character, and one of them is her lightsaber. I think that she has a cool lightsaber, so when I saw it, I said, you know what, let me pick it up. And apparently, this is their new line of effects lightsabers. This is under their Force Effects Elite. So basically, they've added new components like advanced LED illumination, authentic lightsaber sounds that sound exactly like they do in the movies. They've also added some new ignition sounds. They've added blaster effects, dueling effects, progression, ignition. And one of the biggest things that I like is that they've actually made the blade removable. So we're gonna take a look at this, but taking a look at the box, this is what it looks like on the front. You get a picture of Rey, and listen, I know Disney wants everybody to call her Rey Skywalker. I'm not going that route. I'm sorry, Disney, you didn't sell me. But this is her lightsaber. This is designed what it looks like. It has Force Effects Elite. It comes in a nice triangular box. Now, I did do a video on the Count Dooku Force Effects lightsaber, but I actually ended up sending that back because I got another Dooku lightsaber that I think is a much better product, but that's just my opinion. We'll talk about that one in another review. But taking a look at it, you do get a nice visual image of the lightsaber. Flipping it around to the back for just a second, you also get a very detailed layout of what you can expect. It shows you everything here. And then at the top of the saber, it also shows you all the areas and things that it can do. So that's what it looks like from the outside. Now let's crack this bad boy open, or bad girl open, and let's see what we got for ourselves. Let's check it out. All right, so we've loosened the tape up. Just wanted to pull it out, so let's flip it around for just a second. Now the packaging this time around is definitely a lot better than the Dooku lightsaber packaging. There are a bunch of safety hinges and strings here that will cut, so we'll get through this in just a second. We'll do a quick time lapse of this, so let's start it now. Okay, so taking those out, let's see what we get in here. So first thing up we get is a nice premium stand where you can display the saber. Of course, the blade is removable, which is also a very nice blade. It has cool electronics. Very similar to the Star Wars blade from Galaxy's Edge, but knowing Hasbro with the Force Effects Elite, they're definitely gonna be much better. And now we get to the main star, which I gotta tell you guys, this thing is nice. Wow. So first starters, this thing looks incredible. So you could see here, this is a one-for-one similar to Rey's actual lightsaber in the movie. One of the cool things I like about it is the detailing. It's got some nice heft to it, but it has such nice detail. Now this little bottom piece here that has this fabric, this is actual real fabric, and I like the fact that in the movie it looks dirty and it looks very, very gritty and disgusting-ish because she's from, you know, I think Jakku. But when you, I believe, when you play with this for a while and you use it and you hold it, it's going to absorb your dirt and oil, so it adds to the effect like you can actually use it. Now, using with two hands, it does seem very possible, and also the ignition is this crown here, so when you flip it, you lock it in and it does the effects. So there is a button here that activates some of the features, which we'll get to in just a moment. And also at the top here, you have the emitter head, which if we take this off for just a moment, this is where the blade goes in, and you can pop open the claws here at the top where the blade would emit, and there you go. So now you can display it, and if we put it over here on the hinge, well, actually I'll figure that out after, but lastly, there was also one other piece of accessory that I just had, is a clip accessory. So you can put this at the bottom here. You can lock it in, and basically you can carry it with you as a clip accessory. So if you want to put it on your pants or whatever, you can kind of do that. So yeah, overall, when it comes to detail, when it comes to accessories, and so far from what we're seeing, actually off to a very good start. I like the size. It is a little hefty, but I do like that it's a lot lighter than the Count Dooku lightsaber. So now we gotta put some batteries in this thing. So let's get some batteries in, then we'll put the blade in, and we'll check it out. Alrighty, so we're putting the batteries in. Now, as you see, as you unscrew the bottom of the saber, you can access the battery compartment. And one thing I do notice is that right away, they're using AA's instead of AAA's, like the Count Dooku lightsaber. So that's kind of cool that they decided to use difference. I don't know what the difference is, maybe just because it has better tech in it, but let's take a look without the batteries. So no sound yet. So you can't actually access any sound even when the blade's out. So now let's put the blade in. So let's put the blade, let's put the top in, and let's hit the switch. Ooh, that was nice. I don't know if you guys saw that. Look at the color closely when it hits the switch. Ooh. Oh, wow. So, it has some... Oh, wow. Okay, so a couple of things right off the bat. The sound effects are a little low, and I use fresh batteries. It doesn't sound as loud as I was thinking it was going to sound. Let's hear it one time. But it's loud enough. Now, when you hit the switch, it moves around. It has decent moving tracking, but I think because also it hits, it has the dueling effect. So you can see it has a lot of the motion sensors, but it also feels a little wobbly in the hand. Maybe it could just be the blade. So make sure it's in there. Just move it around. I like the yellow, I like the color. Let's turn it off for just a sec. You can see it has the battle effects. So let's turn the lights off, and then we'll compare the saber with the lights off. We'll do some of the effects tests in the dark so you can get a better visual, and also we can also do some color tests as well. So let's hit the lights off. Alrighty, we are in the dark, and now let's light it up. Ooh. Alright, so first thing that I like is that it has this illumination here where the blade is, where you can see in there. The blade itself is actually very nice. Let's see the ignition one more time in the dark. It's very smooth, very, very smooth. Let's see it one more time. I like that it has a little rainbow at the bottom, like it did. Now the motion swinging is pretty cool. It does move pretty well. The flashes do act up even when you don't hit it with a lot of force. But let's go through the sound effects real quickly. Now, it does have blaster effects, so we'll take a look at the blaster effects. So you could just pretend you're deflecting the blade. And then of course it has this new feature that I actually want to try out. It's like the molten lava effect, kind of like where you're cutting through something. So you have the white at the top with a little bit of red at the bottom, so you can pretend like you're slicing through something. Or you could pretend like you're cutting through a wood object like here. Now, that's actually really cool. So far, this saber does have a lot of cool features. So in comparison, here's the Disney lightsaber with the yellow kyber crystal. So right off the bat, you can tell they're two different shades. Let's take a look at the illumination real quickly. Let's turn this off. Let's do them side by side. This one's definitely a lot smoother. For sound effects, this one's a little bit more on point. This one, because they use the crappy sound effects, they don't really care about movement. But when it comes to dual effects, So this one's a little bit more sensitive. This one you gotta hit it a couple times, but it's actually not bad. I actually really like it. Depending on which one you think looks brighter, it really comes up to you. But so far, I gotta say, I really like the Rey's lightsaber, and that's what they look like. So let's take the blade off, let's put it on its stand, and then we'll get to final thoughts. Alright, so this is what the saber looks like on the stand. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but real quickly, when I was holding the fabric, as I was holding it in my hand, you have these little fabric little lines that came out. So that's something that naturally occurs when you have fabric material and you're holding it. It will give these little, fabric effect. So I think that actually adds to the effect, but it can be annoying because a lot of them can appear and you may have to trim it down. But this is what it looks like without the blade, and when you hit the switch, you can see it doesn't make any sounds. That little clip at the bottom holds the lightsaber here at the base, and you can leave the claws open, or if you want to close them in to display the saber, this is what it looks like. But overall, what do I think of the Rey lightsaber? So, like I said at the beginning of this video, I am not the biggest fan of the Star Wars Disney series. I'm not a big fan of what Disney's done with Star Wars, but I will admit there are a lot of cool things about it. They do have a lot of cool merchandise, and this is actually one of them. I am actually a really cool fan of the saber. I like the design. I think the effects are a lot better than the Count Dooku lightsaber. They're definitely a lot better than this one. A lot of the issues that I had with the Dooku lightsaber, they have addressed it here, and I like the better product. I think that these Force Effects Elite lightsabers are the better product. But my issue, the only really big issue I have is I think the price point's a little too high. I paid $250. Some websites retail for $278, almost $300. And also at the end of the day, what you're getting is not really a one-for-one replica, but it does have a lot of better things than most of these generic lightsabers have. But if you're gonna spend $300 plus, you're probably better off going with Saber Forge or others, but that's not part of my opinion. Staying on track for just a moment, as a Force Effects Elite lightsaber, it is actually a lot better. I just wish the price was just a little bit more on like the $199 price point, around the Count Dooku price. But for the extra $50, there is a lot of improvements here. I do like the build quality. I like the form factor of the saber, and I just think it's a better product all around. I like the stand. I like that you can remove the blade. I do like these little hooks here that you can pop up, so when you use a saber, everything. But that's really my opinion on Rey's lightsaber. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything that I missed, anything that you want me to talk about, definitely let me know, because I will be back doing another saber review. This time we'll be taking a look at another version of the Count Dooku lightsaber, but this time it's a different model. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, you can hit the dislike button to help circulate my videos as well. As always everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great rest of your day guys. Take care, stay safe, have a good day, and peace!